Hi guys, this is Rosita Applebum and I'm here with a review, and I am reviewing the Ben Nye Banana Luxury Powder. It is a luxury powder. The brand is Ben Nye and the color is banana. Before I start, I want to let you guys know what I have on my lips. I am wearing Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in the color 1 Honey. It just looks like this. I just got it today. I don't know how I feel about it. Let me know what you guys think. I like the way it feels. I like the way that it's minty, and I like the way it tastes, and it's kind of like really moisturizing, but I don't know if I like the color too much. I also bought it in the color Sweetheart, which I absolutely hate. Like, I really don't like bright glossy pinks on me. It actually closes up my lips because I already have naturally thin lips, so I always tend to go to like a red or a nude. My shirt, if you're curious, is from Forever 21. I tried filming an outfit of the day today and it was a fail.com. It was really dark, so my camera was picking up like these little like pixels. I don't know if you guys have that problem when I film at night, or like when I take a picture at night, like the lens isn't as clear. So I couldn't put that up, but yeah, this is from Forever 21. It does have like these shoulder pads, and I love the buttons. They're gold. On my eyes, I did like a really light brown in the crease. My eyes, I am wearing MAC Soft Brown, which is this color right over here. I used some of my Vanity palette by Wet n Wild, also my eyes. But let's just get to the review. Just get to the point. I love this powder. I honestly can't do my makeup without it because I am a creasy, oily mess without it. Let's just get into what it is and what it does and where you can buy it. So let's get the basics out of the way. For this size, it is the 1.5 ounce version, which is basically all you really need for a long time. This one costs $8.50, and I bought mine on camerareadycosmetics.com. It is actually like stage makeup. I'll read you what it says. It says, ultra neutral powders provide superior matte and subtle finishing. Micro milled for a silky texture. This powder comes in a couple other shades. One's like a beige suede, a buff, and a cameo. This is the one I have. It's in the color banana, which is a yellow powder basically, and I love yellow anything for my face. I love yellow based foundations. I love yellow concealers. I love yellow powder. It does really flatter lighter skin tones to medium skin tones. It warms up your color. I don't like rosy colored products other than blush, because it will kind of like, if you have acne scarring, or you just have like a yellow undertone, you don't want to use anything red based or pink based. The only time you want to use like a salmon or peachy color is when you're correcting your under eye bags. Since I don't have under eye bags, I use a yellow base concealer, which you guys know is the Maybelline Fit Me and Maybelline Age Rewind, Instant Age Rewind. Yeah, every concealer that I get is always yellow based. So the purpose that I use this for is to set my makeup. And I used to use it, when I first bought this, I used it with my beauty blender. But then I threw my beauty blender out because I had it for a couple months and I just got really grossed out by it. It wasn't like shredding or anything. I was washing it with dishwashing soap, which kind of scared me after a bit. Like, I was just kind of scared that it was breaking me out or something, or it was just not good for my skin. So then I started using it with a brush like this. This is the e.l.f. blush brush, and it's just a small brush. And what I would do is I would take this powder, I would pour some into the cap, and I would basically grab it dry, my brush dry. This is a powder you can use wet or dry, and I would just tap it anywhere where I applied concealer or foundation. So basically everywhere other than my cheek area. Like, I would apply it here, but mainly under the eye, just to stop it from creasing, because when I put on my concealer right over here, I get like instant lines there, and it just doesn't look matte. It looks very shiny throughout the day. Also on my nose, I would powder that. But then I noticed that it started getting a little creasy, and it was looking a little bit caked, my makeup, and I wasn't sure what it was. I wasn't sure if it was this, if it was my skin. But then I started using it again with my beauty blender, and I fell in love again. I used to use it in my beauty blender, but I forgot what it looked like. So what I do now is I will take a little bit, just like before, because it has like these holes. It's like a sifter, I think that's what you call it, and I just pour a little bit onto the cap. So you can see right there, I just have a little bit built up. I'll take my beauty blender, this is damp, and I just kind of press it in very little bit. Like I'll tap off some if it's too much, but you want to kind of end up with something like that. That one's actually a lot, but whatever. And what I do is I press it on. So you could even see the difference between the eyes. This one looks a lot cleaner. This one just looks a lot thicker. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it in my mirror. This one looks a lot better. Because when you apply it dry with the brush, it doesn't like blend it into your skin. It kind of sits on top, which it still gets the job done. Like, don't get me wrong, it'll still leave it matte, but it just doesn't look as flattering. Like up close, this one, you can't really tell, but this one will start to cake up, especially around here and in the inside, while with the Beauty Blender, it kind of leaves it a little bit smoother. Now, for $8, this is an amazing powder. It really does keep you matte. You can use this anywhere, so like, whatever I have left, I'll kind of just like put it on my nose, put it on here, anywhere where you would get shiny, which for me is everywhere except my cheeks. And it doesn't break me out, which is like the hugest deal for me, because I have very sensitive skin. So bottom line, I really love this powder. I think it's a staple in anyone's kit. If you have a darker complexion, they do have other shades, but I know like some darker girls wear this as like a highlight just because like they like it to be really bright. This powder is known to be a favorite for Kim Kardashian and Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. Apparently he uses this because, you know, she's infamous for the bright under eye, and other than just brightening it, which it does do that, but for me, it's just more of a keeping it matte kind of thing. Like, I really don't care about the brightness because my concealer already does that for me. So it's not about really brightening for me. It's more about correcting the redness that I have left over and keeping it matte and keeping it unstreaky or I was going to say unlined, but basically like just uncreasing the area. Another good use that I use this for is to, if I'm not going to be wearing eyeshadow that day, what I'll do is I'll take a brush, kind of like any type of like shader brush. I'll use like the C brush by e.l.f. Something that kind of packs on color. I'll take whatever is on this cap from the time before. I have eyeshadow on right now, but what I'll do is I'll press this inside. Mainly focusing on the inner eyelid, only because my eyelids get very, very oily, like dramatically oily. And if I don't put this powder on, you'll like, I don't know, it just creases up. You'll see black from my mascara there because I have long lashes, and it just gets like a crazy mess. So this has like been my everyday eyelid cover. It does kind of leave it a little yellow, so it doesn't like, it kind of erases your veins and things like that. But overall, I really love this powder. It's really like big on YouTube. I do recommend it. Just don't use too much. If you're gonna use it with the Beauty Blender. Just remember to blend it very well with your Beauty Blender. And yeah, it's gonna leave you a flawless matte finish. You can use it to set your concealer. You can use it all over your face. I haven't had any problems with breakouts, and I am very acne prone. I have sensitive skin. So if you have oily skin, this is like godsend. Like, this really does the job. If you have oily skin, this is going to be a great product for you. I don't have dry skin, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, but my guess would be that, like, since my nose kind of gets dry and oily, I'll let you know that you just want to use a Beauty Blender. If you have dry skin, make sure you're using a really great foundation, something like silky, not too much of a matte finish, because if you use a matte foundation and then something like this, it's going to be overkill. Use this on areas where you know you're going to get too dewy, where you don't want to be dewy. So if you like your cheek area to be dewy, don't put it there. Just put it on your forehead, put it on your nose, on your eyelids, under your eye, and you should be fine. I just wouldn't use this with a mattifying foundation, because then you're just going to look really dead. You know what I mean? So I use this with like any foundation. With my Nars Tinted Moisturizer, I love to use this because the Nars Tinted Moisturizer is for dry skin. I have oily skin, so when I put this on, it leaves a nice finish, but throughout the day, like, it'll get too oily and really crazy. So if I'm not using like a pressed powder, like something like this MAC MSF, I'll just use this as my setting powder, or I'll set my whole face with this and just concentrate this on my concealer. Just kind of have to play around with it and see what works for you. Personally, I like to focus this on my nose, on my eyes, and then this would be everywhere else, just because I just like the way that this is very natural looking. This is actually like a full coverage thick powder, so it does add coverage. So if you have dark circles or something like this will be really great for you. Something similar would be like Bare Minerals Well Rested powder. It's for the under eye. It's a concealer. Or you can use just like a translucent powder. But if you want something yellow based, I would definitely recommend this. I'll list the other websites that you can purchase this at in the bottom bar description. But the place that I got it from is camerareadycosmetics.com. It's a stage makeup kind of website. And yes, so bottom line is I love it, and I definitely recommend it to all of you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. I will see you in the next one. You on the, mine's really dirty. I should have done this before. Okay. Before I get started, I just wanted to get what I'm wearing over with. So, oh, that's not nice. Before I get started, I just wanted to let you know, which is, let me see what color it is. I'm such a failure. I think it's soft brown, but and I used kind of some of my Vanity palette. I used some beige out of my Vanity. So let's unless you're doing like a salmon color, like. You can use it as your finishing powder. You can use it as your concealer setting. So I'll put down the links of where you can buy it. I'll list more than one because I know not everyone's going to be able to buy it on Camera Ready Cosmetics. So I'll put in some other